What is something that rich kids do that shocked you? I worked as a lifeguard at an exclusive country club where memberships cost $60,000 a year. Kids would lose designer sunglasses and buy new pairs that afternoon. They'd leave $50 tips on tables like loose change. Parents bought teenagers new phones yearly just because the old one wasn't the latest model. But this one kid and his family taught me what real wealth means. He was completely different. While others showed off diving tricks, he sat reading business books with titles I couldn't pronounce. His family owned a tech empire worth billions. One hot July afternoon, I was eating lunch. Same thing daily. Peanut butter sandwich, discount apple, fountain water. He asked if that's really all I ate. I said I liked routine. Truth was, my dad just got laid off after 20 years. I was 17, working 2 jobs to keep lights on, 3 months behind on bills. Power companies sent shut-off warnings twice. I couldn't tell him his sneakers cost more than our monthly groceries. He didn't laugh, just nodded and said his parents made him track every dollar. They gave him $1,000 monthly, but if he couldn't show receipts and explain purchases, they'd cut it in half. He said, money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys choices. Most people never learn the difference. Next day, he brought 2 packed lunches, fancy club food, grilled chicken, fresh fruit, imported chips. Set one by my chair. Said he ordered too much. I knew it was a lie, but I was starving. This became routine every day without fail. After 2 weeks, I thanked him. He smiled and said his dad taught him taking care of people isn't charity. It's investment in making the world less broken. Then one morning changed everything. I arrived early and heard shouting near equipment. He was arguing with a manager over huge bins of pool towels. At least 200. Manager explained the club was rebranding. Every old towel had to be thrown away. Company policy, no exceptions. He asked to take them. Manager's face turned red. Absolutely not. Club property stays club property. Liability issues. Insurance concerns. Rules are rules. He pulled out his phone. 20 minutes later, a black car pulled up. His dad stepped out in an expensive suit. Walked to the manager and asked calmly how much for the towels. Manager stammered. They weren't for sale. Just trash. Dad said, everything has a price. Name it. They argued 5 minutes. Manager said $500 per towel, thinking he was being ridiculous. My head spun. Over $100,000 for trash. Dad didn't blink. Pulled out his checkbook and wrote a check right there. He and his son spent an hour loading every towel. Manager stood holding the biggest check he'd ever seen. Looking confused. I thought he'd be in trouble. 3 days later, my phone buzzed. Unknown number him. He sent an address. Stop by after my shift. My neighborhood, a community center I passed daily, but never entered. When I walked in, couldn't believe it. He was there with his dad and volunteers. All those towels spread across tables being folded, packed into donation boxes. A woman explained they were making care packages for 3 homeless shelters. Each person would get towel, toiletries, socks, job program info, everything needed to get back on feet. He waved me over with a huge smile. More alive than all summer. Said the manager's refusal kept him awake all night. Couldn't stop thinking about good towels and dumpsters while people slept on streets with nothing. His father taught him money in your account means nothing if you don't use it to fix problems you see. Then his dad did something that changed my life. Shook my hand. Said his son mentioned my situation, not details, just that I was working hard to help family. Asked if I'd be interested in a job at his company. Nothing fancy. Mailroom work, filing papers, organizing documents, delivering packages. 18 an hour, double what I made. I started next week. Job was easy. Coworkers kind. But more importantly, his dad assigned me a mentor from senior staff. Someone who taught me business strategy, smart investing, building real wealth. We became close friends. Studied for SATs together. When I got college acceptance but couldn't afford tuition, his family scholarship covered everything. Tuition, books, housing, meals, everything. I graduated last year with my business degree. His dad offered me a professional position. His son runs a major division, and we work together daily. That summer taught me something I'll never forget. Real wealth isn't the number in your account or car you drive. It's what you do when you see a problem you have power to fix. If you enjoyed this story, drop a like and share your crazy story in the comments. I read everyone and love hearing from you.